let's go ahead and get started. So here is my pork belly burn-ins here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the smoker here, on my pellet smoker. I do have it at 250 degrees. And we're gonna do the fat side up. So we want the fat side on top. And then from there, we're gonna let it smoke for a couple hours and see where we're at. And while we do this, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna give a review about this ZGRILLS pellet smoker 700. I've had this pellet smoker for 2 years now. The one thing I will tell you is that it has been versatile when it comes to my long cooks. Never had an issue with any flames or anything coming out or anything like that because it's being overworked. So one thing I will tell you is that this pellet smoker is a workhorse. I have put it on different type of situations. The one thing I love about this smoker is that I was able to put 2 pork butts on the top and a brisket on the bottom. So it was about a 12 pound brisket here, and then 2 about 8-9 pound pork butts on top. So one of the things is that it has a lot of space inside, and that was one of the things that I really liked. I need that space. I have a big family, and without my family, they won't be here if I don't have enough food, right? So that's one thing I like. I like the space. Now, when it comes to me cooking, steaks, pork steaks, chicken, picanhas, that in particular, my temperature that I really like to set on this particular ZGRILLS is 350 degrees. That is the soft spot when it comes to cooking it just right. I've done it in higher temperatures, but it doesn't require that. It doesn't require to have high temp to cook it the way I want it. So that was one thing I really loved, is that it had a sweet spot. I had to play with it a little bit on these ZGRILLS, but I found out that 350 degrees is the temperature that you want in order to get the right color, the right sear, pretty much everything. The only time I've ever increased the temperature about 425, 450 was when I do a pork butt, because I wanted to go over the stall. The pork butt is very forgiving, so I was able to go over the stall with those temps, and that was the only time I would ever have to raise it. But other than that, it doesn't need to be raised. Only at 350 degrees is the sweet spot. I will tell you, it does have a a control knob down here below. The control knob itself, it has a P settings behind that control knob. So I actually had to get a few, I had to get a screwdriver to go in there and open up the control knob there. And what I did is I ended up pushing a button. There's an actual button in the back of that control knob that allowed me to change the P settings. Now the P settings that I was able to adjust to based on where I live was P settings 4. So let me show you where the control knob is here real quick. I think that's going to be very important because you definitely want to know exactly what I'm talking about here. But look, check it out, guys. The P settings is behind this control knob, okay? So there's only 2 screws here that I needed to take off, and right behind it, there was a button there that I was able to do the P settings for. And that is the right control knob for me to make the cooks that I need to make and get the right temperature when I'm smoking. Now, as you can see, here are all my, either sponsors or people that I really love when it comes to using my pellet grill. The type of pellets that I do use here are the Pit Boss Competition Blend. I've tried different pellets. I haven't tried the ZGRILLS, be honest with you, but I've tried other brands, and it just doesn't seem to do the right smoke or the right flavor that I want, other than the Pit Boss. So that's kind of my favorite when it comes to it. Now, the thing I do love is that it has a storage area here. The storage area, I'm able to put my pellets in there. What's it called? While you know, if you have any type of accessories, you can put them down there. I really don't need anything to put in there now, but that's kind of one of the things that it does have. It has a lot of space. It comes with a bucket, obviously, where the smoke comes out, and it's about what, 20 pounds you can put in here for sure. And the one thing I'll tell you is that when I do my long cooks on the ZGRILLS 700 here, I've gone as much as 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours is pretty much the average time that I've used this to smoke. And I'm able to actually do about 3 cooks. After 3 cooks, you definitely want to clean the inside. So what I do is I use a vacuum shop vac. I open this up. Inside there, you're going to have a lot of the residue and dust from the pellets. And the one thing I want to make sure is that I clean that off so we don't cause any type of flare-ups or you know, start smoking inside where all the pellets go through. So you definitely want to clean it after the 3rd cook, and that's just me because that's how I've used it. Other than that, that's all I have when it comes to the ZGRILLS. The one thing I would say, the overall, is that whenever I push the actual pellet or the actual, you know, the pellet grill, the wheels seem to be a little bit weaker than what I've seen. I mean, like, I have a big old vertical smoker here, and the wheels are very heavy duty. So the one thing I would say is that if they would get some better tires in the bottom of there, it would be great, because also the hopper piece of it is very, very heavy. So because of that, it tends to wiggle. So if you look, I mean, I'm just kind of like barely touching it, and it wiggles a lot. I like to move my ZGRILLS in different areas, just because, hey, I need to take it to the park, I need to take it outside, I need to move it in the garage, I gotta do something, right? Well, I want those wheels to be great. So that would probably be the one thing I would say I would want, is to have better tires here. But other than that, guys, I mean, the ZGRILLS 700, it is awesome. The one thing I know that this one didn't have, because it was one of the first ones that came out, it doesn't have a you know, a pellet release, so I can remove pellets out and change them up. But to be realistic about it, I really didn't need to do that. I never really had a time to say, you know what, I'm not going to use these pellets, I'm gonna change it up. Usually I'll let these pellets finish up on the big cook, and I'm let it go all the way down, so I don't allow it to be full again. And then if I change it up, then I'll go ahead and change it up to apple flavor, cherry flavor, or something. So that's pretty much it. But other than that, guys, this ZGRILLS, overall, it's awesome. I love it. I'm really looking to upgrade my ZGRILLS, maybe 1000 series. That's kind of what I'm looking for. If that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna see my other options. But definitely, I would say it's an overall great pellet smoker. If you have any questions or any concerns about the pellet grill, definitely put it on the comment section. I appreciate you watching my video here. If you have any grill or any pellet grill that you do have that you would like me to try, I will put my information below also, and you can reach out to me. But other than that, guys, that is my review on the ZGRILLS 700, guys. So all I gotta say, Big Rome out.